Welcome to Marina's Kitchen. Today I'm going to make some bacon and cheese bread muffins. Now I come across this bread recipe book of mine that's so old, I don't know, I didn't even forgot I had it. And this is called a no-knead bread book. It is something that you don't have to knead your dough, you just mix it up and leave it, and you don't have to do anything else to it. It is so easy. I wanted to make these bacon and cheese bread muffins to show you how simple and how quick it is that you don't have to knead it at all. First of all, now the thing about this is that you put it in, you've got to think about it the night before. So you mix up your dough mix and you put it in the fridge. And when you put it in the fridge, you don't knead it, you don't do anything. I'll show you how to do it. It is so simple. Now with 500 grams of bread flour, I'll make a dozen of these bread muffins. Now what you do is so simple. I've got 500 grams of bread flour. I like using my bread mix because it's got everything in there, and it's easier to, you don't have to add your salt, you don't have to add anything to it. You've already got it all mixed up in your bread mix. So I've got 500 grams of bread mix here. Now to that I'm going to add, I've already done mine because you have to do it the night before and you've got to put it in the fridge. But with this recipe you add 2 of these teaspoons of dry yeast to it. It's so simple. And then what you do is you have 500 grams of warm water. And all you do is with your fork, nothing, just mix it all up. It comes just like a soft dough. Cover it up with some cling wrap and put it in the fridge the night before. That's all you do. No kneading, no nothing. So it's so simple. Now because I've had mine, I made mine last night. You can make it maybe on the weekend. You want some nice bacon and cheese bread muffins for a barbecue, or the kids are home. Now this is so simple, but you've got to think of doing it the night before. You don't put your oven on because it's got to be in a cold oven. Now this is my bread mix that I did last night. Now you see how I just left it in there and it's just come up to this beautiful dough. No mixing, no nothing. That is absolutely beautiful. So what we do now is I've got here some mozzarella shredded cheese, and I've got some bacon. What I'm going to do, I've greased my muffin tins. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bit of this in the bottom of that, okay? And then I'm going to put some cheese and bacon in the middle of them. So, and then these go into a cold oven, because when you put it in the cold oven, then it proves in the oven, it gets the heat and it rises and it cooks. And they are so easy. Look, that's so easy to make. I did that last night, just mixed it up, put it in the fridge. The next morning, you've got a nice dozen of lovely bread muffins that you can just put in the oven, and they're ready in no time. Just give them about 35 minutes in the oven until they're nice and brown. So what I'm going to do is, this is what I'm doing. I'm just putting a little bit on the bottom of each of these muffin tins. It'll give you a dozen of them. And then I'm going to put, the other day I put the cheese and the bacon, I just stuck it in the middle, but that doesn't work very good because then the cheese all oozes out and it all burns on the top. So I'm going to show you this after what happens to it. Now, that's all you do. Now I'm going to put, I've got enough there for the top part. I'm going to put some bacon in the middle of that. So easy. You know, I don't know why we don't do more often some bread mixes, because now this one, no knead bread mix, is so simple to do. Just now I'm going to put my bacon and cheese in the middle. I'm just going to press that down in the middle. And these are so lovely. You can freeze them. You can use them straight away. Just press that in the middle of each one of them. And then I'll put some cheese. The thing is, the no kneading, I think it's lovely because just whip it around with the fork, just mix it up, put it in the fridge, You don't have to have your oven on now. You have put your oven on when you're ready to put them in the oven. Now I'm going to put some cheese in the middle of that. Just stick it in there like that. I like doing it this way because if you do it on the top, then the cheese and that, it oozes out and it all burns on the top. So I'd rather do it in the center, and it just gives it that little bit of texture in the middle of it. Instead of, you can have a plain bread roll if you want to. You can just put them in there and don't put anything. But I just like to have that little bit of cheese and bacon in the middle of it, and just gives it that extra flavour. Or you can add whatever you want to in the centre of it. It doesn't take much. There's only not even a cup of cheese there and a bit of bacon. You can put as much as you want to. You don't have to overload it that much. There you go. I've pushed that right down in the middle, so then I'm going to add the other bread dough on the top. It is so simple and so quick. But I mean, to say, all you've got to think of doing it the night before, put it in the fridge, and you've got ready for the next day. Now we're going to top it up with another little bit of the dough. Cover it up, and that'll just spread all over. As I said, don't put your oven on. This has got to go into a cold oven, because that heat after just proves it and rises it and makes it go. Then when they're nice and brown on the top, you can take them out. That's all you do, and it just gives you a dozen of this, only 500 grams of flour. I like using the bread mix because it's got all the extra ingredients in there, like a bit of sugar and a bit of gluten, a bit of flour, not flour, salt. There you go. And they are beautiful. You can make a bread loaf, you can make a bread stick, you can make anything with it. I don't know, I just thought, well, this is easy because it's got the bacon and the cheese in the middle of it. And I just thought I called them my bacon and cheese bread muffins. Exactly 12 of these is perfect for this amount of, it's only 500 grams of flour and 2 teaspoons of yeast, 500 mils of warm water. You've got to have the warm water. Just mix it around with the fork. No time at all, just mix it around, cover it up with the cling wrap and put it in the oven. That's it. Just top it all up and use it all up, then finish it all up. That's finished it all. Now that cheese and that bacon stays inside. If you're going to dig the cheese and the bacon on the top, it'll only ooze all out. All the cheese will ooze out and it'll burn on the top. So I prefer put it in the middle. You can fill it up whatever you want to fill them up, or you can have them plain, whatever you want to do. There you go, the whole 12 of them, perfect. I covered it up nicely. Exactly the whole 12 went with the 500 grams of flour. And I'm just finishing it off. That's all I've got now. Now all we do is just put that, as I said, now I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of flour on top of it. I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of flour on top of them. That flour is lovely because it just helps it to go brown. I just do the flour. Now I'm going to put them in a cold oven. And when they get lovely and brown, 35, maybe 40 minutes, it all depends on your oven, you can take them out and you've got 12 lovely cheese and bacon bread muffins. So easy, so simple, no kneading. All you've got to think of doing it the night before, put it in the fridge, cover it up with some cling wrap, put it in the fridge, and you've got a nice dough. As I said, excuse me, you can make a bread loaf, you can make anything with that bread dough. Now, what I tell you, what I did was yesterday, I made these But what I did, I put too much cheese in the middle of them, and then this is what happens after. Your cheese oozes out and it burns on the top, but that's okay. But now I prefer doing it by putting the cheese and the bacon in the center of it so it won't ooze all out. And look, they have got such a beautiful texture. This bread has got a lovely texture to it. I don't know, it's just something different to it. It's just really, really nice. So look, I hope you'll try them. They're so easy to make. Why not give it a go? We're not making a lot of bread doughs now, which they used to do them years ago. And with this book here, I just found it the other day, the Easy No Knead bread book, and this is a very old bread book I've got inside. And I just thought about it and I thought, oh gosh, I haven't done that for ages. So this is what I'm trying to get things that you can easily do and no trouble. And this is one of them. So I hope you will try it, and maybe at the weekend the kids can do it. If you have that the night before, do the dough the night before. Put it in the fridge. The next morning, all you've got to do is put it in the muffin tins and away you go. Okay? Just try them. Thank you for watching. Bye.